just start the party, get the massage work started to a particular level, and then the therapist could pick up from there. So I would say the work in sync,
Hmm.
not one being better than another, but the work in sync.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said it's like a win-win because from my experience, something that the TENS machine could do that a human couldn't do is when I'm hooked up to an electronic or when I'm hooked up to a bike and I try to pedal,
Hmm.
I can't. I don't have the electrical impulse in my brain to make the motion myself. So I need to get hooked up to the machine, and then the machine will send the impulse to my legs, and then I'm able to do the revolutions and pedal the bike. But until then, until I develop the impulse on my own, I need the assistance from a machine, and a human can't do that quite yet. We don't have the technology for that, obviously, but
Hmm. Yeah, it happens in different ways. It's the same thing. It's similar. Like some of the passive stretching you do, it's like a human playing the role of a machine, moving your legs or moving your hands until you make that connection.
mm-hmm.
Some of the passive stretches you do, if your therapist asks you, for instance, to dorsiflex your feet or take your feet off the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't do that, and he's doing it for you, and he's saying, "Can you feel this?
Yeah,
Can you feel that?" In fact, the passive dynamic stretches and also the passive static stretches, it's more therapeutic than the machine because you have that two-way communication with a therapist, and he's asking you to do stuff and not do stuff, and it's a slow progressive one.
yeah,
Being hooked up to a machine that cycles, you know the machine is not waiting for you or going at your pace of connecting,
yeah,
with the activity.
mm-hmm.
So it just keeps driving,
Yeah,
in overdrive. It's either you make the connection or you don't, but it's not gonna stop until you stop it.
it's true.
Like a human person could mimic that motion and could say, "Can you feel it?" No. Okay. He backs up. Can you feel it at this point? No. He changes the angle. Can you feel it? I feel something. It's like it's tickling me. Okay, he's getting that sensation. He's working out, some of the adhesions that might be there. He's stimulating the nervous system with percussion movement. He's doing a lot of things. The machine can't give you that kind of back and forth dynamic integration.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say um, the human therapists that know what he's doing is obviously better.
Yeah,
But the machine does a great job. If you have found connection and you have muscles that could make normal motions, but you
mm-hmm.
need to get them stronger or a
Yes,
lot tenser, you don't need a therapist just doing all those kind of basic repetitive work.
yeah,
To get hooked up to a machine and build strength over time. When you have strength, it's called conditioning.
mm-hmm.
With conditioning, you now need your therapist to like really smooth out those muscles and work on them so they become more pliable, so they could like really contract and retract naturally. They don't just stay frozen and tense.
Yeah,
That's where the therapist really plays a great role. But you have every other protocol that could help tense the muscle, whether it's a tense machine, whether it's a cycle, whether it's any of your exercise regimen. It's very important for conditioning the muscle.
all right,
Pretty much, yeah.
all right, Barnabas, great having you here.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, see you guys next time.